It's a new year, new month, and hopefully, new me. Hello, people of the world and YouTube fam. My name is Kim Jackson, and welcome to this latest episode of KLMFL Mangas Friendship and Love. Woo! I don't know how long I've been gone, y'all, but I'm back now. Hopefully, I can continue this. Well, I'm not gonna make no promises like I usually do. It's 2016, or at least that's what the streets are saying. Everyone's flashing back to 2016. I remember that year was like literally one of the best years of my life. You know what I'm saying? One of the top four, because that was the year I graduated high school, started my first year of college. You got all those vlogs, those daily vlogs on my channel that you can go watch if you want to. But like I still remember it like it was yesterday because I have those vlogs. I'm so encapsulated and remember intricate details, parts of my life that I shouldn't even remember now, to be honest, because that's more than 10 years ago, and that's like my high school reunions coming up, and that's a crazy thought, because I only graduated college about 3-4 years ago now, so it's like I'm still fresh out of college, I would say, but definitely not fresh out of high school. So definitely interesting. But I mean, it actually is 2026, and February. This is the first day of the month while I'm filming this, and we talked about a lot of different topics over the past few years. We talked about traveling, we talked about George Floyd, we talked about coronavirus, we talked about college. I think today I just want to talk about my wisdom teeth. Just give a little story time, really, about the wisdom tooth and whatever comes to mind doing that. Nothing too crazy with that. I mean, like I said, I'm living in the Midwest now, and been living here for the past 3 years. If you haven't seen my other videos, but since moving from California, I've been getting accustomed to just like how different it is out here, the people's out here, the demographics out here, just the food that's out here too, because it's depending on what type of food, it's kind of worse than other food that I'm used to, like Mexican and Asian food, but it's better in terms of just like I'm saying some good soul food, some Creole Cajun, I'm saying some barbecue, so some good things about that, but and then traffic and transportation and just like all different, and the weather too, like right now it's winter, so like it's a lot colder. But I still have a lot of things in California. I still got my driver's license. I still got my, car and all that stuff, because I do go back and forth, pretty frequently. Like I was talking about last time. So I have my dentist over there, and I went to the dentist like around Christmas time just for my like yearly, annual checkup, or at least by year, twice a year checkup or whatever. And they were like, yeah, they were still questioning me and telling me about my teeth, and like, hey, I think it's time to get your wisdom teeth taken out. And I was like, you know what? I still don't have the money. I was supposed to have the money saved up. That's what I told them last time. But this time they offered it and it was like, yeah, you don't have to pay anything out of pocket. Like, we'll just write it off for you. Like, you were gonna have to pay $1,300, but then we reduced it to $600 last time, and now we'll just write it off. I'm like, oh shoot! If I wait till next time, do I get money back? No, I'm playing. Anyway, I was just really thankful for that, and I was like, so when's the next time I can do it? And they were like, yeah, we can do it in about like 3-4 weeks. And I was like, shoot, man, I don't have that much time off from work, and then the recovery takes a while, you know what I'm saying? As you can see, I'm still recovering right now. And I was just like, I don't know if I really want to do this, And the things that people say about the wisdom teeth, you know what I'm saying? I think my like, not like the hygienist, I'm pretty good with the hygienist. She's like, you should get your wisdom teeth taken out, and we have a little back and forth conversation and stuff. She was telling me just about like how like you could get what's it called again, dry socket. Got to make sure that you clean your teeth all the time. There's nothing, no food stuck back there. All these crazy things, and I'm just like, I really want to do it anymore, even though it's free. I was just like so thankful to God for that. I was just like, shoot, like screw it, like let's do it. Like I'll figure out the time off and all that stuff ahead, later. So then, I get home, and then like a few days later, before like I go back to the Midwest, my mom's like, hey, you got jury duty, and I was like, what you talking about? She's like, yeah, you got jury duty, and I was like, when is this date? And guess what date it was? The same day that I scheduled my wisdom teeth removal for. So I was like, what the hell? That's beautiful. what I'm saying? I could kill two birds with one stone. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully jury duty lasts a little bit longer, or at least I say jury duty not the full time, but like half the time, so that kind of covers for like a day of recovery. Cause like this was gonna be a Wednesday, you know what I'm saying, and then we have 2 days, a Thursday and a Friday, and I was like, dang, to take 3 days off from work is kind of crazy. That's a lot. But hopefully I could just get one day off with the jury duty. So as it's approaching, I'm telling people, various people, that I got my wisdom teeth removal in California and stuff like that. And they're just like, yeah, I got my wisdom teeth when I was like 16. I got my wisdom teeth when I was like 20 or whatever. And I was like, and they were like, yeah, but none of mine were impacted. I'll put it on the screen. My tooth, at least all my wisdom teeth were good except for one of them. One of them was impacted. It was like literally in my gum sideways. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's why that was the main reason why I kept delaying. Well, one of the main reasons, not because I didn't have the money for the deductible or out of pocket costs, was just because it was impacted, and I was just like, and they're gonna have to like what? I thought they had to like remove the gums and then take out the teeth, or like saw through the gums and take out the teeth or whatever. I don't know how they do any of that stuff. Nobody really was like. I don't think anybody really tried to help me. I mean, it like break it down. Maybe I should have watched some YouTube videos. You know what I'm saying? But it's just my experience I'm talking about now. I'm not a doctor or anything. Didn't go to school for medicine, so I'm just telling my experience. But I was like kind of nervous about that. Like I don't really want them to like. I don't want to have long suffering pain, or like my teeth are not hurting at all. Like my teeth are fine. You know what I'm saying? But the hygienist and the dentist was like, if you keep getting food stuck back there, because I'm cleaning my teeth, I'm doing my mouth flossing. You know what I'm saying? That is just because of the way that the gum is covering the tooth, or that the tooth hasn't fully erupted or partially. I don't know. That like I keep getting food stuck back there, and it's just gonna cause more problems. Like literally, heart disease can happen because you don't have good tooth health or oral health. And that's kind of crazy. That like literally your mouth, like they say the windows of your the windows of your eyes. Wait, no, hold up, one more time. It's your heart, the wisdom, your eyes. Okay, your eyes and heart are connected or whatever, right? So I'm just like, I didn't even know that like your eyes, that your mouth and heart are connected too. Like literally, it's a whole body. You know what I'm saying? Like the Bible be talking about like your body is a temple for real. And that's true, because like everything is all connected together, and if you don't take part of your one body, it's gonna that might spread to another part of your body. You know what I'm saying? So that's really real. So I kind of wanted to avoid that by taking them out, but everybody was telling me that taking out the wisdom teeth when they were younger, and I was like a little bit older. I'm 27 years old, about to turn 28 this month. Gang. So it's like kind of like it was a little bit nervous, like how long I'm gonna be out. They said it takes about 2 weeks, fully to like go back to normal, or like you don't really feel like it's healing, like it heals in the background and you don't really notice it. So I was like, that's a long time, you know what I'm saying? It's a really long time. I don't know if I'm ready for that. But they were like, you know what, it's gonna be okay. They were trying to break down the process. Like, or at least what I was researching online is that like the first 2 days, they put the stitches in there, stitch the gums back together. But like the first day is just really just first and second day is really just not too much eating. Gotta drink your fluids. Do your saltwater goggles, do your oral rinses. You know what I'm saying? The second and third day you can finally chew again. You can finally brush your front teeth. You know what I'm saying? And then by like a week the stitches have fully dissolved. Your gums are pretty much in order, and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, that's pretty chill. But there's a lot of other things with that too. Just like you got to take the antibacterial medication. You know what I'm saying? And that's multiple times a day. The saltwater goggles and the oral rinse multiple times a day. You should be getting some rest. Because you can't lift heavy equipment. And I was like, these are kind of a lot of restrictions. I'm not gonna lie. I thought this was just like, boom, thank you, ma'am. It's a whole process. Like you just got surgery on your arm or something, on your leg. It's kind of crazy. And I never done this in my big age of 27. Never gone through any surgery. Never. I'm just not talking about some wood. Never broken any bone. Never did any of that stuff. Don't sprain nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like a little bit nervous about how this goes. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was asking people around me. And, especially because, I'm a working man and I got to go back to work, I was a little bit hesitant on that too. But, fast forward, what I'm saying, people start quelling my fears, what I'm saying. They're telling me you'll be okay. They give you some medication if you need stronger medication, they said you just take that Tylenol, but if you need ibuprofen, do the ibuprofen. But then they'll give you some stronger opioids, something like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, ooh, spicy. But I'm just kidding. I'm playing. So fast forward to the day now. I can do the jury duty in the morning. I called the night before actually, and they tell me that I'm canceled. So I'm like, dang, looks like I can't get it off from work now. Kind of sucks. But we got jury duty. I still get the slip. You know what I'm saying, to prove that I did have it and I was canceled the night before. And then I go in about noon for the wisdom teeth removal. And then they tell me that my mom needs to be there, or like someone that's picking me up. Stay with my parents when I'm back in Cali. And I told my mom, I just thought she had to go there and pick me up or drop me off. I didn't know that she had to stay there the whole time. They wanted to make sure that there was somebody on me. And I didn't know that. So she was kind of frustrated. I was frustrated too about it. But, we got that all solved. So signed all the papers. They were going to put me under general anesthesia. I think I left this part out. But they're going to put me under general anesthesia and not the numbing. Just because of that impacted tooth, it's going to have to do multiple shots, you know what I'm saying, so I don't feel nothing. And I feel like that's just the simplest and easiest way. So they ended up, taking me out back, you got the person that does the anesthesiologist, they put the sensors on me, the EKG, they put the blood pressure on me too. I got the monitor going, I got the line in my mouth for oxygen, you know what I'm saying? I got the IV drip on my arm. I'm like, this is serious, bro. We are getting serious. I was like, dang, bro, this is crazy, bro. This is what happens to other people when they got surgery or when they got something going on in their body. This is crazy, bro. I was just taking it in. I was taking pictures. I was like, taking a picture of my screen, the impact of tooth, taking a picture of my arm. It was crazy, bro. It was crazy. And then I was just joking with them, asking them, like, just reiterating what I have to do, like, what's going to happen, like, okay, what's going to happen after they're done with the surgery, what should I do for how many days, where they're picking up the medication that they're going to give me after the surgery and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, cool. So, because it was like 3 people in the room, you know what I'm saying? It was like I don't know, the nurse, the anesthesiologist, and then the surgeon finally comes in. And he's like, yo, what's up, kid, bro? I'm going to be doing your surgery today. I said, oh, great to meet you, big man. I thought all these people were the surgeon. I don't know, man. So, it's cool. I'm glad you're here. He said it's going to be simple. It's going to be easy. We're going to stitch you up. You know what I'm saying? You should be okay. I took a look at the x-rays and the whole the picture thing on my teeth. And he's like, yeah, it's going to be all right. You know what I'm saying? You feel a little tingliness of the gums and stuff like that a little bit after, but you should be fine. Just do your saltwater rinses, eat some salt foods, no hot foods yet, and you'll be okay. And I was like, thank you, man, appreciate you. So then he's like, you got any other questions? And I was like, I'm Gucci. So then they give me the little thing. First I see the anesthesiologist with the green, like with the stereotypical green, like gash, you feel me? And she's getting ready with it. But then he's got a little thing that he can put in the IV. Like, he's like, okay, here's your little sleepy juice. And so he give me a little sleepy juice. And then I'm like, I don't know if I like actually felt sleepy. Probably. Or I was just like acting like I was gonna feel sleepy too. But then I was like, oh, y'all, is this getting to me? I feel it now. I was like, bye, everybody. We'll see you later. You think I'm going to see me later? No, I knocked the function out. I don't even know what happened after that. But all I do is wake up in the car. Straight away, I'm like, oh, we going to the pharmacy? Like, that's all I'm thinking. That's all that's going on in my mind. And then I vaguely remember parts of my mom helping me outside the car to get to the living room to, like, stay on the couch. And I was like, dang, for real. That's really it, And then I slowly from there I start to regain consciousness, but she tried to fill me in with the gaps. Unfortunately, she didn't take any pictures. She didn't take any video, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is, you know what I mean? So, and then you have the gauze. I don't know how to forget about this. You got the gauze that you got to place in your mouth for about like 2 to 3 hours, up to 24 hours, so the bleeding can subside. And so you don't get infected and stuff. So I was replacing my gauze on both sides of my mouth like every 30 minutes. That was so time consuming because I really just wanted to sleep, but I was still tired. You know what I'm saying? And that surgery took it out of me for real. Like the surgery really beat me down. I don't really know if it's truly the anesthesia and the surgery stuff, or it's just like my mind. But like I didn't have an appetite for 2 days, bro. I was just drinking water, bro. Like I lost a little bit of weight if y'all see here. You know what I'm saying? I lost a little bit of weight. It's crazy. So it wasn't until like the latter half of the second day and the early parts of the third day where I started drinking like something. And really, it's mostly been smoothies and soup. I think I really want to continue it for as long as I can. You know what I'm saying? Just to not have a. Because before this, man, I was snacking all the time. I was eating Cheez-Its. I was eating bad food. I was eating like, I mean, not bad food, chicken, but like, chicken, steak, all this stuff. You know what I mean? And like, not, like, I was eating everything. You know what I'm saying? My mom's like a whole vegan now. You know what I'm saying? She's like a health fanatic. So like, I know what she's doing is good stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I also know that like there's a good in between. You know what I'm saying? There's a good like, hey, you can eat some meats and eat some like some protein and have your carbohydrates and your vegetables and fruits. A collective, diet, the food pyramid or new RFK Jr. other food pyramid. You feel me? The upside down inverse food pyramid. But like, I kind of want to rework my diet now that I didn't eat for 2 days and it was just water. Really, just the water, drinking water, rejuvenated me. You know what I'm saying? Having me flush out my system. Now I kind of just want to put good things in there. I want to see if I could just like not just eat peckish things, not be peckish and eat snacks and junk and all this stuff. Rework my diet to be a little bit more healthier because like I was getting pains in different parts of my body before, like that came and go. I just kind of just want to rework that and just like, I want to eat healthy. I want to live better, And one of my New Year's resolutions was to go to the gym. Really, what I want to get back into, that good diet and good exercise, mentality. So I'm gonna try that this year and see what happens with that. But like they really don't tell you that like the healing process takes a while. Shoot. Well, guys, thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate it. It's been a while since we had something like this for real. But I just wanted to give some commentary about just my experience with the wisdom teeth. You know what I'm saying? It definitely took it out of me for real. But hopefully y'all got it done when y'all younger, or it's better to get it as soon as you can rather than later. You know what I'm saying? Just because of the healing factor. This is my first surgery ever, so I'm just saying that. Hopefully there'll be more videos like this, but we'll see in the next coming days.